and welcome to the Insider Beat. I'm your host, Jefferson Denham, and we are here inside the Housing and Residential Engagement Office here at CSUF. And I'm here with Kimberly Cruz, and we are going to get to the lowdown on campus housing here at CSUF. Hello, Kimberly, and welcome to the Insider Beat.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, so everyone has a story to tell. And so how did you get, you're a resident advisor, an RA. What was your journey here?
So it is a really lengthy process. There's about 500 students that apply to be a resident advisor, and out of those 500 students, they apply online. They answer about 4 questions, which are essay-length questions, and after that, they get chosen to be in a group interview. After the group interview, they go on to a one-on-one interview, and then from there, you get they say whether you got the position or not. So it is quite a lengthy process. The application just opened November 6th, so if anyone's interested, definitely apply, and you don't need to live on campus like your first or second year in order to apply. So I actually commuted in my first 2 years, and then I decided to apply because I wanted to have that campus experience and live on campus, and so I decided to apply, and I got it. And so even though I didn't have that on-campus living experience, I was still able to use other leadership skills that I had and got the position. So it is a lengthy process, but it's definitely worth it. It's taught me so much just being here.
You just started this, correct?
Yeah, so this is my first year, yeah, so my first semester.
Okay, so let me ask you, is there anything that's completely surprised you about this experience?
It's been a very interesting year, I guess I'll put it that way. There's been a lot of events that have occurred that usually do not occur in past years. So for example, my floor was the one that did get flooded the 3rd day of the school year. So that was kind of rough to deal with because you can only undergo so much. So RAs actually move in August 5th, and they're in training Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 every single day up until school starts. So it's very intensive training. We deal with a lot, they prepare us, but I feel like you can only be prepared so much until you actually experience something. You're like, okay, let's put all this training that I learned and put it to work. And so I think the flood was something that really affected not only like my floor, but the residents and the floor below me because the water dripped through to them too. And so it was a very intense experience, but we were able to get through it. It was all hands on deck. Our RA on duty, which is our dispatch, said all hands on deck, and everyone that was not even on duty came out. We had students out here. We worked with the Marriott to move some of them to the Marriott for the night, and so it was a tough experience, and it was a tough, especially just being the 3rd day, but we were able to get through it. And so there's events like that just get thrown at you, things that happen out of nowhere that you weren't expecting, and you just gotta learn to think on your feet and know what to do.
Right, so I mean, no matter how much training you have, every once in a while there's just going to be a wild card thrown at you. Got it. Well, you know, I was on the website, and it said the following, and I was hoping you could explain this to me, and I'm sure it's awesome. It says on the little buttons, 93% of residents feel that housing provides a safe and inclusive community. 90%, these are high numbers, of residents feel that living on campus supported academic success. 93% of residents feel that housing and residential engagement provides quality service. How do you do that? I mean, you're getting great reviews, by the way. So how are you accomplishing that personally? I mean, are there steps that you do to make sure that people feel engaged and connected?
Yeah, so every RA, we have an engagement model that we follow, and every RA follows it. And so with that, there is different programs that we need to, it's part of our requirements that we have take our residents to. So we have a campus program that we need to do, an academic one, and then a community builder. So community builder in itself is already you have to promote it to your whole floor and even the whole community and housing. So that's already being able to build relationships with other residents from, yeah, they might be friends on the floor, but maybe they need to meet people from Elm, which is the building right next door to us. So in order to have an event like that, they're able to network with each other, become friends with each other. So that not their only friend is their roommate, so they're able to build and go outside of their own floor and learn how to develop those skills. So I think that's really important as well. Going off our academic one, so we either take them to tutoring or we take them to an academic event happening on campus, whether it's like faculty or if it's other places on campus, we take them to that so that we're also helping their academic side of school and college. And then we also have our campus event. So I'm personally taking them to the homecoming game happening on Saturday, and so that's that's just another way for them to network with other students that don't live on housing, and they also get to learn more about our athletic teams here, where we have a great athletic program here. We're NCAA Division I, and so the fact that they're able to go support and learn about that the events are free, and there's free food, and there's free shirts, and all this stuff.
Did you say free food?
Yes, there's going to be an In-N-Out truck there. So housing is actually providing packages for our residents, and they get a free hamburger and a shirt and then a ticket to the game. And so that's just another opportunity for them to create memories about having college, because it's not all about just academics, but also like building elsewhere and learning those outside skills that can help them in whatever major they're in.
Well, that's what you would hope, right? That you come to college, it's not just about academia. I'm going to make some connections with people that hopefully will continue for the rest of my life. For anyone who might be watching, I know the website breaks things down as something like this, and you can correct me if I'm not doing this right. There's residence halls, single apartments, double apartments, and themed communities. Could you just unpack some of that for people who may not know what those things are?
So the building that we're in right now is actually a resident hall, and so resident halls are only for our first-year students. So those are specifically just for first-year students. Nobody else can live with them. We have our single apartments and our double apartments. Our single apartments are for students that want to have their individual bedroom. They do share a common space, which is the living room, the kitchen, and a bathroom, but they have their own room. Double apartments are also apartment-style living, and they share the same common spaces, but they have a roommate with them, so they share the room with somebody else. So that's where they're called double apartments. And we also have themed community floors. So some of them are first year experience, which is a floor specifically for students who are undeclared. So it helps them, they focus more on programs that like help them explore their major, what their interests are, what are their passions, that kind of stuff. We have the Rainbow House, which is for the LGBTQ community. So individuals that identify can enroll to be a part of that community. We also have the women's floor, so that's an all women's floor space for our students, and I can't think of, we also have our CTVA floor. So our CTVA floor is also a really popular one. That's for our cinema and television arts students, and that's in Elm. And they actually just put on, it's called Nightmare on Elm Street, and so they put on a whole maze for the floor, which is really cool. Videos and everything are done by them, the acting, everything is done by them, so it's a really good opportunity for them as well. So there's more of the floors are identity-based and also major-based. So students are able to figure out what is something that they're interested in, and if they're not, then they would just be put on a regular floor.
Wonderful. Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. Is there anything that people don't know about this experience, being an RA or being in the apartments and the housing, on-campus housing, that people should know?
I think that individuals who do get the opportunity to be either a resident advisor or live on campus, I think they should really take advantage of that, because being on campus means that you have all these opportunities. It's 8 o'clock in that night, but you can go to the club meeting or you can go work out. So you have all these things around you that you're able to explore. And I think individuals that live on campus have that opportunity to explore, whereas commuters don't, because they come to school and then go home, or they have work elsewhere. So my biggest advice would be for them to just really engage with the community at CSUF and really learn and take that time to explore what it is that they're passionate about. And yeah, that would be the only thing. And also time commitment. Like I said, being a resident advisor is a huge time commitment. And so it's a lot of responsibility, but it also comes with a lot of great experiences and memories that you wouldn't get elsewhere. So wonderful.
Kimberly Cruz, thank you so much for being with us. Absolutely. So now, next up, we are going to have our correspondent, Bree Eastlick, getting the scoop on what housing residents, what they think about living on campus. Bree, over to you.
Thanks, Jefferson. I'm Bree Eastlick. I'm here at the Housing Piazza here at CSUF, the central hub of the housing residential facility. And as you can see behind me, we have all of the dorms right there, and we're going to take a loop around here. And we're going to be talking a little bit today about what the residents think about the housing facilities here at CSUF. And here we are. I'm going to talk to our first person. Now, what's your name?
Alexandra Norton.
And what made you move out here to CSUF and stay in the campus dorms?
I'm actually from the Bay Area, so I needed to stay on campus because I wouldn't have had a place to live. And I like the culture down here in Southern California, so I decided to move far away from home, but not too far.
And what recommendations would you make to the housing department here on campus?
I think that if it would be possible, moving a vending machine somewhere near the dorms would be beneficial because it can be kind of difficult to access like little snacks and waters and stuff like that. And also having an ice machine because there really isn't any way to get ice in the dorms would be cool. But those are my two main critiques of housing. Otherwise, it's pretty great.
And what kind of facilities can you have in the room? Like a microwave, a fridge, or?
You can have your own refrigerator, but if you want to have a microwave, you have to buy the microwave fridge that the school sells. And then you can have a coffee maker and like a hot water maker as long as they're internally heating. And that's about it. You can't really have a toaster or like a coffee pot or anything like that.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. Now, guys, we're going to come over here and we're going to give you another good view of the dorms. And if you come over here, if you look down right there to my right, you can see if you go down that little alley, you can go to the apartments on campus, which have a few different options that you can choose from. And we're going to come around here and we're going to go find my next interview. There's so many other things that you can do on this campus, and for residents, you can go to the gastronome or you can go to the community market over here where you can just pick up a snack or do whatever you want. And we're going to stop over here. What's your name?
Riley.
And tell me a little bit, what made you come out here to live in the dorms?
I would say it's the convenience of being so close to home since I'm from Corona, so I'm able to go home on weekends for sure. So yeah.
And do you plan on living in the dorms after this year?
Probably not. I would say I'm probably going to live in the UHs across the street.
And what made you make that decision?
I think because I'm going to live with my roommate and we've decided that, and also just the convenience of it all being a little cheaper too.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to come over here now, and we're going to get closer to the gastronome. If you look over there, you can see it. And right behind me is the community market, and we're going to go find our next interviewer right here. Here you can just pick up a snack or do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Can I ask you a question real
Of course,
quick?
yeah.
All right, can you tell me your name, please?
My name's Angel. Angel Villa. Nice to meet you.
All right, and can you tell me, do you eat in the gastronome on a daily basis?
Yeah, every day.
And are you a student? Can you tell me a little bit about what kind of food is in the gastronome?
Yeah, so they have a lot of things. They have the expo kitchen, or you can make your own sandwich. They also have like the salad bar. They have a lot of options like pizza, hamburgers, basically anything. And you can also request stuff from the chefs to get like something made for you.
And tell me the truth. How is the food in the gastronome?
It's not like super. In my opinion, it's not like I wouldn't pay a ton of money for it. Some days it can be hit or miss. Like some days you might walk in and find out they have like, let's see, like nachos for dinner, which isn't like the best. But some days they do have good stuff. It's hit or miss.
And what kind of food would you recommend for them to have?
I would want to see like maybe like horchata, the drink. That'd be good. Maybe like I'm saying Hispanic foods because I'm Hispanic, but like pupusas or like stuff like that. That'd be great. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. All right, guys, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining me. I'm Bree Eastlick, reporting from the streets. This has been The Insider Beat.